Welcome to Android App Addicts, episode number 11. In this show, we bring apps to the table. We got 3 hosts on, and we talk about them. 3 hosts plus me. 4 people. And I don't know what you call me, I guess. I'm just a person. We bring apps to the table. We talk about them. We share them. We criticize them. See what's good, see what's not. Hopefully, you guys will learn some apps that you might be interested in by listening to this show. And that's what we do. Android apps. No iPhone apps here. Maybe a different show, maybe a different time, but not on this show. And then we also go over some Android news and any voicemails you guys left us. We go over that, and we got some emails too. We're gonna read. So let me introduce our hosts here. Top right-hand corner of your screen is Jose from computerdoctor.com. It's computer with a Q. What's going on, Jose?
Hey, not much. Just going here for to enjoy my first episode of this awesome show, and just want to tell people one thing we were talking about is if you have people that speak Spanish, I do 2 Spanish podcasts. So if they want to learn a little something or get a hold of the tech news, they can visit my main page at computerdoctor.com and go from there.
What's the name of the podcast? And you said one's on tech news and one's on tech. What was the other thing?
The other one was like basic computer help, kind of,
And
basics.
Cool. And there's in Spanish.
Yeah, one of them is called the tech news one is technoticias.com, and the other one is computadoramisteriosa.com, which is like mysterious computer.
Right. That's a cool name. If you guys want to check out those websites, you could just go to computerdoctor.com and get to them, right?
Yeah, I have the links at the bottom.
Cool. All right, second on your screen is Door to Door Geek, Steve McLaughlin. Hey, Door.
Hey, man.
How's it going?
Going pretty good. And I just got to say, I'm very happy of our guest tonight. If you did not hear his Podnutz Daily podcast, you need to go back and listen to it because he's getting a niche of business that's smart.
I remember what he's getting.
Yeah.
Okay, he did do an episode of Podnutz Daily. Just scan the Podnutz archives. I still got to put a Google search on there. Basically, what I'm trying to do now by just continuing to talk is let Timster sweat it out in that mask that he's wearing down there. make him sweat as long as he can. Oh wait, that's not Timster. It's the
what mask?
It's the monster. We got to think of a name for this. The Tim Monster. The Tim Monster.
I've been feeling a little under the weather lately.
That is one ugly thing. So down there at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen is what used to be Tim, but now is a thing that, somebody forgot under a bridge for about 50 years.
He looks like he would like some brains.
What's up, thing?
Brains. App brains.
App brains.
There you go.
What's going on with you, Tim?
Happy
Monster?
Halloween, everybody. Early Halloween.
Thank you, Timster. You look beautiful. Yes, that is Timster with the props. We say sock puppets, Timster comes out with a sock pup. We have Halloween, he's wearing scary masks. You name the theme, Timster brings the props. He's the prop master. All right, so we're going to make sure Timster goes last, so he has to wear the mask the whole time. No, just kidding. Why don't we start with Door, then we'll do Jose, and then we'll do Tim. Tim, you can remove that mask whenever you want, whenever you feel dehydrated. Door, what do you got for us today?
Well, I need him to keep the mask on real quick because Plants vs. Timsters is now available on Android. I don't believe it's official, but if you go to AppBrain and just search for PVZ, it's Plants vs. Zombies.
Okay.
You can download it, and when you install it and you go to your app drawer and you look at the name, when I had it installed earlier today, it was all in Asian characters, I'll say. And I got an update today, and now the title is in English characters. But this seems like a very simple game, but it seems like it's a little bit addictive.
Yeah, that's why it's so popular, right? I never played it personally.
The zombies always win, man.
Of course, they're zombies.
That's so gross, man. I just zoomed in on his face. It looks like a rusted out old car face. All right, Door, continue.
Nice. Nice. And I'll just say it's free, but if it becomes official, I don't know if it's going to remain free. I'll say that. But, I'll just say get it while you can and be cautious of updates or upgrades because they might take away the freeness to it.
Why do you say when it becomes official? What do you mean?
Because I don't think this is official. I mean, I don't know who the maker of it is because I just heard about it, but I never, actually did it. But if you go to the author's page, it's lnz1007.blog.sohu.com, and it's all in, I believe, Chinese characters. So something tells me this is not the official game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you play it?
Oh yeah, I played it for a while, and I didn't really understand some of it. I had to go to a wiki for the game to understand what some of the plants did and how to stop some of the zombies, because one of them came at me on a riding lawnmower.
Is it a good game?
I think it's pretty good. It has a little bit of a beginning learning curve, just learning the basics of what to do, because there's no intro, there's no tutorial, there's no anything. It's just hit the game, pick if you want daytime,
No
nighttime
kidding.
challenge.
There's no instructions?
Nothing.
I gotta have my instructions.
I felt naked. So the first couple times I just died. Very slowly, because zombies are slow.
Well, it's popular enough, so you found wikis and stuff on it.
Great.
Right.
How fitting. Perfect.
Yeah.
Have you other guys played this? Jose and
I
Ted?
haven't.
I've never
No,
played
I
it.
haven't.
I've seen it. Haven't played it. Going to now.
Right. It's kind of like desktop tower defense, but in desktop tower defense, your objective is to make a path so the enemies follow the path, and it takes a long enough time for you to kill them. This one, the zombies just go straight, and your plants, from what I can see, only attack in one direction straight. So there's like 5 or 6 lanes that you have to defend, and there's 5 or 6 lanes they can attack from.
Okay.
Nice.
And in one there's a pull beginning to end for like the middle 2 lanes, and one of the zombies comes in that lane and he's wearing a ducky ring around his waist.
Hey, is that the same one that's I think it's one of the ones that's very popular on Facebook, I think. Like Farmville? Or is
Yeah,
it
I
an
know it's a
iPhone and an
pop
iPad?
caps game, I want to say, and it is big on Facebook.
Okay.
Yep. I heard about it, never played it. Heard lots about it, never played it. But and it's good. It's funny how these games that you got to pay for on the iPhone are coming out for free on the Android. Why is that?
Partially because if I pay for an app and I download the app, I can, if I know anything what I'm doing, I can copy the APK file off of the phone and I can send it to anybody, and they can have it essentially for free.
I see.
There might be a way that they can find out. There might be a way they can delete it from your phone. I honestly don't know. But I feel like the apps that I do pay for, games to me are too much fad-like. You play them and they fall out of fad. Like Dog Catcher, I'm more than happy to pay for because I know I'm going to abuse that app maliciously.
That's
You
a
know, I'm gonna use it every
podcast
day.
app?
Yeah. It's
Love
a
it.
podcast app, but it can also handle video. It can also handle data. So you can have like a PDF in the feed and it will download it and you can open it and view it. It also has the availability to automatically recognize when a head jack comes in or pops out. And it can also automatically delete something once you read it, listen to it, or watch it. So you never have to manage the files.
Wow. You talked about that one, didn't you, or no?
Timster did, I think, on like episode 3 or something.
Yeah, I think we've all mentioned it once or twice. It's just that good of a podcatcher. It is, to me, the ultimate in a podcatcher for your phone.
Yeah, somebody had actually emailed me and said, Steve, why don't you put for the player on your website forward and reverse and something that tells you how much time is left in the show and stuff instead of that like little basic player I have? And I said, subscribe to the RSS feed and download it and then view it in any media viewer you want. But I didn't have a good app for a podcast catcher, so a podcatcher. So Dog Catcher, it's called.
Yeah,
I gotta-
DOGGCATCHER.
Okay, I gotta remember that.
And of course, the
It's-
best thing is you can you can buy it, download it. If you don't like it in 24 hours, uninstall it. You get your money back.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
You
I
know
had
what? I'm
Jerry
sorry, Thor.
Jones from Android Buffet correct me. I thought it was 48 hours. He said the distributors have 48 hours to give you a return. The podcast store is only 24 hours.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I heard him saying
Yeah.
that.
And that's where I kind of made a comment too about the 48-hour thing, Dor, and I'm glad we were kind of corrected on that, because I don't want to be giving out any false information. But technically, it is 48, but 24 if you want to cancel it yourself.
Well-
Yep. Well, I was gonna say that you know, at the beginning, I think I mentioned it when I went on the show on 254, and I used to use Stitcher and podcast, you know, for the podcasting and all that. But once I bought a dog catcher, it is way better than those two.
How much
Alright.
is Dogcatcher?
$6.99, I think.
Okay. Cool.
$6.99.
Yes.
Yeah,
Good.
it's like $7.
Yeah, and to me, it breaks down to 200 apps installed. I've spent like $7. I'm still getting my money's worth.
Sure. Hey, for $7. Ain't bad.
And now I'm going to switch it over to sticking it to the man.
Okay.
There is a hacked APK installer file of Skype. And if you go download it, it will allow you to, for free, over the data network or over the Wi-Fi network, use Skype without using your cell phone minutes.
Where can you get it?
I don't know.
I think it was Droid Forums.
Yes, that's right.
Droid forums?
Droid forums, all one word.
Okay.
And you want to know something? I used it right after they released it, because you know I get the feeds from them too, and it has excellent quality. When I was doing a test call on 3G, and I don't have 4G here where I live, and it was so clear. I mean, I really thought I was on the computer. It was so crystal clear and awesome.
Really?
I was blown away, I will say. I will back him up 100%. I was shocked at how good it was.
Clearer than a phone call.
Oh,
It was clearer than my normal phone call, yeah.
Wow.
by far.
Wow. Cool one.
So my logic is I'm going to, of course, try to talk the wifey poo into letting me pay for the 1-year Skype service for unlimited US calls, which is only like $30, I believe, and give everybody that phone number and see if I can make that literally my main phone number, because then I can literally cut my plan down to the smallest amount of minutes possible.
Yeah, what if they update that and then it goes away? That
I won't update it.
Or what about if you start getting caps on Verizon?
They cannot change my contract. I have to authorize them to change my contract. Technically, if I never let them change my contract, I never change my contract, or I never take the phone upgrade, I can have unlimited data forever.
Wait, okay. Got to be small print somewhere saying we
No.
reserve the right to change whatever the hell they want. Don't they have that in the contracts? We reserve the right to do whatever we want to do. Like, it's always somewhere where it says that.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you there's 2 guys at work. They've been on Verizon for over 10 years. They're still paying $35 a month for their cell phone.
That doesn't mean it's not in the contract.
Verizon keeps offering them more and more stuff for free to take a renewal. They keep trying to offer them stuff to update their contract, and they keep saying, my contract is not going to be updated.
Okay.
It's like the grandfathering on AT&T when they still had unlimited.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what they say, Dor?
Hmm.
You dance with the devil
Hey,
one day.
the path to hell is paved with good intentions, so once in a while you got to have bad intentions.
Yeah.
Let us keep us informed of how that goes.
Oh,
I
definitely.
do like
And
Skype on my Android phone, though. It does sound good, even though, you know, it's not the hacked version.
Well, here's the cool part. You can download the hacked version and install it, and it will live side by side with what you currently have. Because what you currently have is called Skype Mobile. What will be installed is called Skype.
Oh, man. Really? I called into Nuts at Night with my Skype, and they all said, oh, it sounds like you're on a phone.
Yeah, I can tell you the regular Skype to me sounded tinny, like a tin can. And the hacked one to me sounded just as good as right now, I'll say.
Good. All right, cool.
And I've said one more app to throw out there.
Sure.
I like the essence of this app because it's almost like free open source music. The app itself I don't think is open source, but the app is called U Loops, and I like it because you load the app, and then you can download songs other people publish. You can download them and then remix them. And you can add custom sound effects or custom voice effects. And it's like, the only best way I can explain it, back in the day, there was an application called a Scream Tracker. What it essentially was a digital piano roll. And instead of notes on the piano roll, there were samples, inflections, tempos, and you could basically have drum beats by hitting, on 1 2 1 2 1 2 a drum, and then it would make the sound effects, and then you could put in piano sounds, horn sounds, drum sounds. I find this to be a very time consuming thing, I'll say first off, but I find it to be a pretty fun thing to do.
Really?
Yeah.
It looks like the the common sequencer / drum machine type thing. Oh no, yeah, okay. Except you're not putting instrument sounds in. You're putting like loops, actual loops. Oh, I see how it's working.
Well, if you go into, and if you click on the bottom left-hand side, there's the loop, and then when you go into, oh, you can't have a picture up. When you go into the loop, then you see the sequencer, and then when you're in the sequencer, you can pick as your instrument notes for that one, like a TR-808 drum machine. Wow. Or you can pick like piano sounds or.
This is great for an app. Jeez, it's complex.
Very, and this best thing about this, it has an extremely long, in-depth tutorial that you can easily go back and forward in, drop out of altogether, and then go back into later.
Huh. Excellent. That's great, man. Great app. Free?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know me, man.
All right.
If it costs money, I'll first justify why you should pay it. But everything I else try to mention is free, and this is the kind of free, to be honest. It's great because you can never stop, if you want, creating something unique, uploading it, sharing it, downloading somebody else's, remixing it, republishing it, and just go on forever.
How's the quality of the sounds? Sounds good?
The sounds are good. The only hiccup I noticed is at the end of your string of loops before it goes to the next line of loops, there seems to be a split second of like silence on mine. But when I downloaded the other people's songs, I didn't notice it.
If you're using samples, there might be silence. You know what I mean? If they're MIDI type sounds, you probably could get. And then also if they're using effects, it might hide the silence.
Yeah, I don't know if they just positioned everything so that wouldn't happen, or just on my locally editing version it happened.
Right. Gotcha. Cool, man. I like them. All right, Jose, you're up.
All righty then. Well, first of all, I'd like to mention that I know that when you go to all the forums and you listen to all the conversations going on, they're always talking about you don't need task killers and froyo. And I do not agree with that, because I've tried, well, first of all, let me tell you, I used to have a HTC phone since like about 4 or 5 years ago with Windows Mobile 5, 6, 6.5. And I used to go to, do the ROMs and all that stuff, hack them and all that. So I kind of have a lot of experience doing this stuff. And I've tried at least 14 different ROMs on my Evo. And I have tried very hard not to use a task killer, and I can't, because it gets to the point where I'll give you an example. The other day, I was watching an episode of Twit on the Twit app with MediaFly.
Yes.
And I killed it, when I finished. I didn't kill it with a task killer because I was trying without a task killer for that. Right. And I left my battery, I think it was during the night. I had a little free time at work. So I had the battery at 47%, I think. And I turned it off. I watched it about 20 minutes. When I came back to watch my phone, like at 6 a.m., which was 2 hours later, the battery was down to 19%. And then I was like, whoa, what's going on? And then I went back to work again, looked at it about another hour later, it was down to 7% again.
Did you check the battery usage and make sure it was the Twit app?
It doesn't tell you specifically what app it is. It just tells you, Android system or screen, all that stuff. But anyways, my whole point about, mentioning this is because I still use the task killer for froyo, but also my first app that I want to mention is called Auto Starts. And it's 95 cents. It's very cheap. But what it does is you can prevent apps from starting. When you just boot up the phone, if you do have a task killer installed, you'll see that there's like 20 to 25 apps running, which basically includes almost everything you have on your phone. So what you can do with this program is you go in and you disable like everything you don't want to run, you disable it. So if you don't want, let's say you don't want Skype to start, you don't want the Yahoo Messenger or Trillion or whatever you have, you just disable them. And also the good thing about it is that it has like maybe 25 to 30 different, I guess you can say, events. You're looking at it right there. Like every time you press, like, let's say you change the media, you change the connection, you receive a text message, it'll give you options like, don't let this start up, don't let this start up. And another good thing is that even when you don't open anything, when you go back to your home screen and all your widgets refresh, everything will start up again. So it is awesome because you can also prevent that, and you don't have to worry about, I just killed 15 apps and now I went back to my home screen and there's 12 of them open again, and that's what happens. And that one kills them. Wow. The only bad thing about it is you have to be really careful because you can disable everything that's in the Android system. It's also in the list. So you need to be really careful about what you're killing, pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask you. Yeah, it's like in Windows, you turn off the wrong thing, it's just not going to work properly,
Yeah, but the good thing about it is that most of the apps that are pre-installed or system apps are in yellow, and the ones that you installed, most of them are white. So
I think it's awesome. I actually did purchase it if you were looking at that screenshot, but I must have did it when I had cyanogen, so I don't have it on this one. I don't remember ever using it, but what kind of performance increase are you seeing with it?
Well, I mean, just to give you an idea, like when I don't use my phone a lot during the night, I would say, I say during the night because I'm up during the night and I sleep during the day. But I go home, sometimes I've gone home with about 50 to 60% battery life, even after using it pretty, moderately. When I don't touch the phone at all, like if I'm really, really busy that night, I go home with like 85 to 90% almost. And that's on the standard battery.
Standard
right
battery
now,
on the Evo.
Yeah. You see, I got the extended battery on right now.
Oh, you're so lucky. I bought that. I've
had it since the phone came out. I bought it as soon as it was available for pre-order and all that, but I really haven't even used it. I put it on yesterday because I like to keep it, I use it a little bit and then put it away for like a month or whatever.
Why?
Because the other one lasts me the whole night.
Wow.
I pretty much, I don't need it really. I get pretty good battery life out of the other one.
Oh man,
that's a great app. I mean, especially, for people who don't root their phone, who want that extra speed and wants to disable all those pre-installed, stuff that comes pre-installed. It's a good way to disable those to without rooting your phone.
Right.
And I use Froyo, and I still use an app killer. I just every now and then I'll just hit my task killer button on my phone, and I'll see 3 apps killed, 5 apps killed, sometimes 10 apps killed. It's just a habit, I guess. People say that really task killers aren't needed with Froyo, but I still use it.
Well, I can tell you real quick. First off, I just bought the app. This is a good find. I've been using Advanced Task Killer for Froyo. Mitch Heyman posted a video that showed me features of the app I didn't know. But the best you can do with that app is say every half hour, kill apps. Then it has settings. And mine, I watch it once in a while and it says killed 27 apps, killed 35 apps. But I know before that, for X amount of time, I've been having 35 apps running that I don't need. So this is a very good find. And here's the justification why people say you don't need app killers. In Android, you're supposed to use virtually all of the memory all of the time. The programs you're more likely to use sit in memory, and it's faster to call them from memory than it is to restart them, which is pulling them from the disk to the memory and then loading them. I personally don't agree with that. I'm with you, Jose. I think you need a task killer because I can notice when my phone is loaded down with stuff, gets a little laggy, get a little hesitant, takes a little bit longer for certain things to happen.
Jose, do you use an app killer or you just use that auto starts program?
No, I also use the Advanced Task Killer by Rechild, I believe it is. I still use it, but I don't do it. I don't have it to automatically kill tasks like Dor was saying. But the other good thing about the task killer is that when you right click on, or, I'm sorry, I'm thinking PC here, huh? When you hold it on a certain app on the list and you hold it a little couple seconds, you'll get the little menu. And the very last one, it says force stop. So instead of having to go through, menu, settings, applications, manage applications to force stop something, you can do it right from there.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know what to
Dude,
do.
Yeah.
dude, Jose, you're making me more sane. I love having you on.
Oh, good. I'm
Great
glad.
tip.
I think that's it. That's all I have for that one. Unless
That's
you guys
good.
have it, I noticed that the phone is snappier without having. I don't care. Like I said, I don't care what they say. I notice when my phone, like if I go below 100 megabytes of memory or 110, I notice that it gets slower. I do.
Oh, that's good. Well, a couple things now, because you brought up some stuff. I want to pick your brain. Well, first of all, I bought that app. I bought that battery you have. It got shipped to my old address in Philly, and it's nowhere to be found since.
Oh my.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts. But Jose, since you installed so many ROMs, which one did you settle on? Because I'm using Fresh.
Fresh is okay, but it's pretty much custom, just like the way they come. I'm using right now. You probably won't be able to see it right here, but I'm using this one called Evo Zone.
We can see it. Evo Zone. You like it?
Let me see if I cannot make the. Oh, I love it. The thing about it is you see the. Hold on, I think my thing is freezing. The widgets.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can tell the darker color that they have. They don't have the regular grayish looking color.
Yeah, I can tell.
And then another thing is the menu. Let me do the menu right here. Look at all the colors.
Oh man!
Instead of being just black and white, everything is colorful.
Colors.
And what's that
Yeah.
called
Pretty.
again?
Pretty.
This one is called Evo Zone.
Evo Zone.
Yeah, but it's only for the Evo. I don't know who else makes it for others. I know that for the Droid, there's one with color, which is I think a certain version of Bugless Beast. I think.
Sorry, Dor. Do you get 4G on it? I mean, you wouldn't, but is its capability?
On mine?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you get everything. It's not like Cyanogen. And actually, to tell you the truth, Steve, I tried Cyanogen ever since they back in July when they released the first stable version already. And I am not how do you say it? I am not a stock Android kind of guy. All these Sense things that I got used to since the Windows Mobile days, the widgets, the clock, everything is. I love this stuff, man. The colors, the widgets, it doesn't compare to the stock Android thing. I just love this stuff.
You like the widgets. I still don't like the widgets,
yeah.
but I need to be converted, I think.
And if you listen to everybody, mostly everybody says that Sense is probably the only Android skin that's acceptable, that that okay, it's all right. But everything else, like TouchWiz from Samsung and the Moto Blur, everybody says, why do they do this?
All right, that's good. Yeah, because Fresh is basically the stock one that can't. It's basically Sense without the Sprint crap on it. That's what Fresh is.
Right. Okay, well, let me go on to my second one. I think I'm taking too long, huh?
No, go for it.
The second one that I wanted to talk about is Root Explorer.
Okay.
This one is also a paid app. I don't know why I like buying stuff, but this one is $3.99. And basically all it is like, like eStrong's file manager or Astro, but this one is with root privileges. So you can dig all the way into the system folders, the protected areas of the system. And what I like to do, instead of doing ADB, like when you want to install, I should have showed you guys my boot animation. I'll probably do it right now, and I'll show you the boot animation that I have. But the thing about it is that I like to do, like if I want to change my boot animation, or if I want to put something in the system protected area, I like to do it by putting the file in my root of the SD card and then just copying it and pasting it over to that system area where I have to put it, instead of going through ADB and typing all those commands. I'm not a very command type of guy.
No, but you're smart. You're smart. I could tell from what you just said here. So Root Explorer just allows you to like drag and drop it, basically, because copy it straight over.
Basically, yeah. You just when you copy it from wherever you have it in the SD card, and you go over to the system protected area that you want to put it into, because you got to know where the files go. You can't just drop them anywhere.
Right.
And when you're in that folder, you just hit a little button on top that says mount as read and write, and boom, you just drop it in there.
What is your animation?
I'll show it to you right now. It's coming up right now.
Okay.
But the only thing that I was gonna say, like my other app, is you have to be careful what you do, because if you go in there and you mess up critical system files. Once again, like Windows, you're not booting up anymore.
Yeah.
Or something like that. But
you keep talking about these cool apps, and you guys might be getting phone calls from me saying, I think I broke my phone.
Well,
Yeah.
the good thing is that you can always go back to recovery, and you can always,
Right.
go back to zero. But this thing should be coming up right now. I did a reboot.
Yeah. Jose, I was going to ask you to hold that up again because it looked a lot like that home
There's
screen.
my animation.
He's holding it up, Dor. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh, wow.
What is he peeing on?
An apple.
Oh,
Yes, sir.
What a hater.
Oh, I had to give you
Nice.
guys that one. Not only that, I also modded the animation and I put the droid sound, the droid when it goes droid.
Yeah.
And then I put a peen MP3 file in it, so it's peen. It's actually, I didn't have the volume on, but you could hear it peen.
Damn.
It says
Nice.
droid and then it pees on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
poor little
But
apple.
anyways, yeah, that's it. I got one more app though.
Dor, what were you going to say? And then he'll do his last app.
Well, okay, I put a link in the Justin TV chat. That one screen he showed me on the side looked a lot like this home screen replacement app that I was going to check out called Spark. And the screen where it looked like it was a bunch of social things looked like that. And this is one I was tempted to try, but I don't know why I didn't download it. I download everything else, God knows.
I haven't tried that one.
I'm a
Cool.
junkie with the home screens.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Very good.
Cool.
All right, so should I go on to my last one?
Absolutely.
Okay, the last one is a very simple one. I think it's just the XDA developers, the app, because when you like to go browsing the forums, like when you get into flashing ROMs,
Yeah.
I mean, there was times when I would flash my phone 3 to 5 times a week, just trying different things. And finally, I believe it or not, I've been on this ROM for almost a month now. I think since the 3rd of October, I've been on this ROM. So the XDA app is kind of cool because you can go in the forums from XDA developers and you can also put your favorites. So like for me, I only go into the Evo 4G Android development, themes and apps, general questions, on that. So you don't have to browse through the whole forums using the browser. You just
Wow.
browse using the app and it's awesome.
Damn, man.
That-
You did a research on your
Awesome.
ROMs and stuff.
Oh, I've been into this stuff for 4 or 5 years already since Windows Mobile, so I kind of know how to get around that. And another cool thing about it is that when you go to a forum, let's say they're talking about I just found this cool theme or a keyboard or that battery thing. That's another thing I wanted to show you, Steve. The battery thing that you were talking about, the numbers.
Yeah.
Look at how my battery looks with this ROM. Because I heard you talk about the number on the battery last week.
Is that it? That circle up there?
The circle with a number inside it. It's
Damn.
not.
Is that part of the ROM,
Yeah.
or is that an app?
It's part of the ROM. It's basically this ROM is a combination of the Man Up theme and the Riptide theme. And this guy who put it together, who calls himself Zone, he's awesome, man. And then you have a question or something, you put it up in the forums and like today, I think I asked him two questions within 3 to 4 minutes. He had already replied.
Wow.
Like, he happened to be on there, I guess. but
Right.
He's very responsive to questions and all that.
Damn, I want to get that. I think I am going to get that. Is there a way, we will talk about this after the show, that I could do that without losing all my phone contacts and phone numbers and stuff?
You don't lose any contacts because the moment you log back into your Google account, everything comes back in.
I don't save them as Google account. I save them on my phone.
Oh, that is not good.
Yeah, that's why I lose them every time.
I can't help you with that one.
Okay, just checking. All right.
There is a contact backup. I want to say Lookout. The application is called
Okay.
Lookout. It's supposed to be a security thing where you can go into a computer and say, "Where's my phone?" And your phone will turn on GPS and tell you where your phone's at. It also has built-in AV, which I would say is pointless, but there's an Adobe Flash exploit out right now for Android. But it also can do backups. I'm 99% sure of contacts. I know it can do it for pictures and media.
Okay, great.
Mhm.
Thank you,
Oh,
Dora.
one more thing, real quick, Steve.
Yeah.
And then I'm all done with my part.
That's okay.
I wanted
we like
to mention
we like
about
hearing you.
your. Oh, good. I wanted to mention about. I heard last week that you were not seeing Angry Birds in the market,
Right.
right?
I
what
wasn't.
Go ahead.
I wasn't.
You weren't, yeah. So what I noticed is that with the Cyanogen ROM and with a lot of other ROMs, maybe about 2 or 3 that I've ran into, sometimes when you go to the market, a lot of the apps are not there. And I don't
Really?
know why that is, but it's just with certain ROMs.
Wow, man, that's great info.
Oh, there's the mystery right there.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool, man. Thanks, Jose. I didn't know that.
No problem.
I never heard that before at all. So, jeez, what a wealth of information. What a fresh wealth of information Jose is.
Indeed.
That's why I
Yes.
was so anxious to get in here.
I know. A lot of the guys who are come on the show
Remember when I
are.
wrote you back about 2 weeks ago?
You're like, I want to come on right now. No, you didn't say it. Well, thanks. You got anything
Sure.
else, or should we turn it over to Tim Monster?
Turn that over to the monster.
All right, Timster, bring it.
Mhm.
Monster.
Wait.
I don't really have. I have one big one here, and
Yeah.
then the other ones are really just kind of not really that big a deal. But quick tech question, a little bit of and I'll ask the chat too, and I'm sure somebody's going to get this real quick. Who is Jack Dorsey?
I don't know.
Is that
Jack Dorsey.
24?
No Google chat room.
Jack Dorsey. I feel like I'm playing
No
Trivial
Google?
Pursuit.
It's not. It can't be from. I want to say he's like cop or something.
No.
Jack Dorsey.
He is the creator of Twitter.
Oh,
Mm.
I was
And-
thinking Dragnet.
The reason why I bring that up is because he has created this app that allows you purchase. Well, no, actually, there's a little piece of hardware you can purchase for your iPhone and Android, and it's free. And you plug it into your headphone jack, and what that allows you to do is to swipe credit cards on your phone.
I'm getting one for free.
Yeah. Oh, really? Yeah. And so this is just incredible. I think this is going to change currency, dealing with currency as we know it, because anybody with a smartphone, basically an Android phone or an Apple, can swipe credit cards, and there is no monthly fee. It's just 2.75% plus 15 cents on the dollar. And
15
it's
cents
made
on
by
the, wait, 15 cents
the
on
app can be
15
found here.
cents on 15 cents on every dollar, or 15 cents on a dollar.
15 cents on the dollar, but no monthly fee.
Okay.
And here I'll put a link in the chat here. And
So you must have just found this because you were praising Virtual Terminal a couple days ago.
I know, yeah, I just found this, and I was like,
Oh, Square Up. We did talk about this, and somebody in the chat room does use this. We've seen it for the iPhone. We were looking at it. Did they make it for Android?
yes,
Is
And
it
it's completely free. If you sign up for their service, they'll send you that device for free.
really?
yeah. I don't think we've talked about this on the Android App Addicts, though, have we?
No, I don't think we did on Android app. It was a post show, or it was a Nuts at
post show.
Night, or something like
Okay.
that.
All right,
Square
cool.
Up.
Yeah, I just think it's amazing. I think it's going to be big.
Now, what does it do with the money? Where does it put it? In your bank account?
Yes. Yep. Right.
I can't
into
find
your-
the app. It's not Square. Oh yeah,
Up.
Square. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it well? The only app I found is Square.
Should be Square Up.
I know, but I don't see it.
I don't think you can get it from the marketplace. I think you have to get it
Right.
directly from the.
Because on the
sure.
site that I linked to, it has install for free, and it's got.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure how you get it on your phone. I'm
You
not
have-
using it, so I can't really say that it works great. But I'm just mentioning it because I think it's going to be big if it works how they say it does.
Yeah. Are you getting it, Tim?
After I bought Virtual Terminal, I mean, I'd love to try it. Sure. Oh, I sure would. I'm going to give it a little bit more time and see what other people say about it. But I think it's a big deal.
I do
I
too.
can tell you, I already signed up for it. There's a bit of a backlog on them getting the physical device out.
I can
Oh, is that
imagine. I
right?
can imagine. Everybody signs up, gets one of those for free. Everyone who signs up.
Well, you have to ask for it because you can for a slightly higher percentage rate. It's like 2.35 versus 2.75 maybe. If you just type in the credit card information. They
Yes.
charge you a slightly higher rate.
Wow. I'd rather swipe it any day of the week.
Well, yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, that's the big thing about it, the convenience, you know.
Well, and no monthly fee. Virtual terminal's what, $30?
Yeah,
Cool.
it's a big deal,
Steve,
man. Oh,
Yeah.
it does come up in the market if you put a space between square and up.
Oh,
Thought I did. I'll check again.
It's the first one that came up.
I've been known to be wrong before.
yeah, there you go. Just called Square, it looks like. But if you put Square up, it comes up first. Good
Right.
call, Jose.
It was square. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. You're welcome.
Nice one, Timster.
yeah. The only other couple things I want to mention is that there's a real simple app called Drive Watch that you can install on your phone, and what it does is basically give you a visual real quick of how much space is on your SD card, your app to SD card, how many apps are on your SD card, and your interior memory space.
Oh, cool.
And yep, it's just an icon. You just click on, and it brings up all that information right then and there, so you don't have to come
Nice.
around.
I'm installing it right now. I like it. It's convenient.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Pretty- And then for fitting, I have to mention this. Halloween soundboard, since it's so close to Halloween, has all kinds of spooky sounds like bubbling and cat screech and chains rattling. Wow, just you name it, evil laughs. Yeah, so hey, get in the Halloween spirit, download Halloween soundboard, have some fun with it.
I agree. I agree. If you get into that kind of stuff, do that cheesy stuff like Timster does.
Yeah, and I'll just pipe in real quick. Jerry Jones, Android Buffet. He's the only guy I know that has a soundboard application where every entry you can put in your own custom sound.
Say it again.
Jerry Jones from Android Buffet. He has the only app I know of. It's a soundboard, but you basically hold down on a button and load a custom sound to it.
Through the mic, you mean?
No, custom files. I don't think there's a recording function.
Gotcha.
So you got to get like MP3 files. So it's like the perfect morning DJ thing. Where they're, hello, we're coming to you live. You know.
That's awesome.
Cool.
All right. Any more, Timster?
That's it.
Okay, cool. Well, if you look at my home screen, you'll notice some of my icons are quite small over there in upper right middle section of the screen. And these are all over the market, but I found one that's I just downloaded it. It's free. It got high reviews and it works. And what it basically allows you to do is put 4 icons in the place of 1. And I like that because you can fit more on your home screen. I like having a lot of stuff on the home screen as much as possible. That's why I removed all my widgets. So because I like launching stuff from my middle home screen. And it is called, it has a name, and it's called something. Multicon, yeah. And it's a cool little app. Super light, super free, and it works. So that's one of my apps. I do have a little battery meter because I don't have Jose's cool battery meter, but this is a neat one. And it shows like in a speedometer style, but it actually uses one of the places up on your home screen. In speedometer style, shows your battery. It's called Gauge Battery Widget. That's free. And you could show the battery in a couple different like speedometer styles if you're a car dude. All right, and I finally got the original Chuck Norris facts, and you gotta. These are the best Chuck Norris facts because they're rated and the highest ones ranked to the top. I could look at these anytime during the day, no matter what mood I'm in, and I will literally laugh out loud. I will. Like, let me read a couple of them. What's the top one right now is Chuck Norris owns a large private estate in the Atlantic Ocean. We know it as the Bermuda Triangle. Trespassing is not tolerated. There is no nuke in Modern Warfare 2. It's just a timer warning players that Chuck Norris is going to spawn. In late 1944, 2 plans were... I don't like that one. Life said Chuck Norris isn't fair. I like that one. Another one. The only person to outsmart Chuck Norris was Stephen Hawking, and he got what he deserved.
Oh.
God said, "Let there be light." Chuck Norris said, "Say please." Jesus can walk on water. Chuck Norris can swim on land. Chuck Norris once ran a marathon backwards just to see what second place looked like. Last one. Chuck Norris can turn a hoe into a housewife.
Oh.
Oh man, it's okay. So if you look at, you got to look at the icon on the video because there's a lot of fake Chuck Norris.
Yeah, this one is just called Chuck Norris Facts.
It's just Norris Facts, and if you see on the screen, it's that one with he's got a star over his head, the cop hat, and he's got cartoony looking thing. Yeah, it's Chuck Norris Facts. That's the one you want. That's the best one because some of them are just freaking 10-year-old kids who think if they say fart in it, it's really funny. But these are like the good ones. So, and I just downloaded this app called Fling. You guys seen Fling in AppBrain? Because I suck at finding new and good apps. So Fling just basically is going to email me, I think, every day an app that they recommend. And so far, today they recommended Uninstaller Pro for me right today. So I'll see how that goes. But it looks pretty cool. I like having things that are reviewed, you know. So rather than me going scrolling through the marketplace, because I usually forget. I'll just have Fling send me an email, and then maybe they'll recommend some good apps for me during the week. That's it. I'm a little light on apps this week, I think. Let me just see. Well, the Hangover soundboard. If nobody has that, they should definitely get that. And I downloaded this thing called WebKey, and because I thought I could do screencasting, and it has a lot of fancy buttons that I don't understand. So once I figure that out, that might be a cool app too. And I think that's it. So those are my apps for today. Do we have any?
Your phone's looking sharp, Steve.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like your setup.
Ah, sweet. Thanks. It looks pretty fresh, right?
Yeah.
That's the name of the ROM. Thanks. All right. You guys have any Android news? Want to talk about?
I did have a couple I sent you, Steve.
Okay. Via Telegram or Morse code?
Through email. One of them was, and it's been talked about a little bit, the Android market hit 100,000 apps.
Gotcha.
And at this rate, it is technically getting more apps quicker than the Apple Store, which is a good sign. But some people say the apps are not as good quality because most of them are free.
Well, you know, I mean, my take on it is 100,000. It's like, am I going to go through 100,000? You know what I mean? Like, we're at the point now where no matter how many more apps they add, the number's not really going to make a difference. You know, it's just like there's enough. I think there's enough, and of course there's going to be new ones and new innovative ones, and that's great. But I guess if there's that many apps in the store, for every good one, there's probably 1,000 crappy ones. You know?
Yeah. I can't remember the guy's name. He basically insisted in anything in life, 90% of everything sucks, and only 10% of stuff is good. So even with that taken into consideration, we have a very good high number of quality apps to look for.
Yes.
And to be honest, a show like this helps you weed through it.
Yes.
And the Android is just still so young.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
It is.
Yeah.
I've heard that too, Dor. I can't remember who said that quote.
I know.
All right, what else you got in the emails here?
I got a real good one, I think. I tried an app called Lockdown that I told you about earlier.
Yeah.
It was okay. It missed to me a couple points that I really wanted. And I saw a little blurb on Lifehacker, I think it was. And then I remember Podnutz Daily, somebody called up and said, this is the application for Windows you can put on a laptop to find it when it's stolen. The application was called Prey, Prey. Good news is it's an open source tool for your Android device too. It makes it to where you can find your device when it's stolen, and there's a pro version that you can use the TNO Steve Gibson theory of trust no one, to where you can have it report to your server. You don't have to worry about a third party.
That's pretty cool. That is very Steve Gibson-ish.
Yeah, and that reminds me of just one thing I want to add, Steve.
Yeah.
No one in the country or in the world now should ever be connecting to an open Wi-Fi hotspot. Everybody needs to go listen to the latest episode of Security Now. I believe it's 272. 90% of the episode's in very plain English.
Really? Oh,
I'll say
damn. That's what I just did today. I mean, I tried to use my phone. I wasn't getting reception. I think I have to flash the radio. Let me ask Jose about this later. I think I have to flash the radio. I'm not getting as good reception, I think, as I used to before I was messing with these ROMs. And I couldn't get online. And I said they had a Wi-Fi hotspot. And I jumped on there and checked my Gmail. Am I ruined for life?
Google is the only well-known, well-established internet service that everybody uses that is not on the list of hackable services.
Okay.
And that's because everything they do now, they do through HTTPS. When you log in through Google app account, Gmail account, or whatever, you're always through HTTPS. What this app in Firefox plugin lets you do, it's called Firesheep. You go to a Starbucks, McDonald's, whatever. You open up your laptop, you open up Firefox, you launch this plugin, and on the left side of the screen, it lists complete names and pictures of everyone who's connected to that network. Because it can follow their Twitter access, their Facebook access, any kind of access, and it can pull personal information back and pictures back and automatically show it to you. So you can look down and say, oh, John, that's that guy over there. Let me log into his Facebook and let me post some stuff to his account.
Wow. If I did that, I would launch that app. I'd get the list of people and I would just sit there and then start calling out, John Jones, can you come over here for a second, please?
Yeah.
And I would just show on my screen.
Right.
Elizabeth, whatever, can you come over here, please? And just start showing everybody what I'm.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
It is a cop. Cop stands.
Yeah. And I was the funny part about the episode was how unbelievably happy Steve Gibson was about this, and how distraught Leo was that he was happy. He was like, Steve Gibson said, this is the best thing that's ever happened to social networks and computers before.
Why?
What are you talking about? Are you crazy?
Because it'll force security, you mean?
Exactly. It will force those services and places like Starbucks because here's the thing. Starbucks can turn on any kind of encryption, WPA, WP, whatever, and right above the cash register, put what that password is. Everybody in the place can know that password, and you're still safe from this side-loading, side-jacking attack.
So any of those security is better than that open. Okay.
Yeah. So be warned, and if you have customers with open access points, dear God.
Good one, Dor.
Hey, here's something Jose would like. Hey, have you guys heard of the security, somewhat of a flaw in iPhone 4?
Yeah, the one about the lock screen, right?
Yeah, it's like if you know how you can use your phone if you lock your phone and then you can use your phone, you can just dial emergency numbers. It'll allow you to use it. Well, with the iPhone 4, if you select emergency call, if you have it locked and you select emergency call and you hold down the top button, it'll log you right into the phone, and you can access all your contacts, all your emails, all that.
I can also tell you another one. You turn the iPhone 4 off and you connect it to a Ubuntu computer, and Ubuntu can access everything on the device.
Wow. Neat. Any bashing, Apple bashing from you, Jose, or?
I just get real happy every time I hear something like that, because it's like everybody at, when they ask me at work, like they see my phone and they're like, oh, is that the iPhone? I was like, oh, don't ever call this thing an iPhone. And then they're like, does it do the same thing as iPhone? I said, you know what? This thing can do everything the iPhone can do and then some. Don't even try to compare them. And the only thing is that
it won't do open source apps.
Yeah, that's true.
That stinks, man.
That's true. The only thing I hate about Apple more than anything is the way they do business, as far as like, okay, they make nice products, they're nice or whatever, but like the new Mac Air, I know this is not a Apple show, but come on, $1,000 for what is really a netbook just because it has Mac OS on it? It's like,
I know.
Really? Is it really worth, $700 for Mac OS? And they think Windows is expensive? Nah.
I know. I talked about that on Nuts at Night when the MacBook Airs first came out, And $1,000 is way too much. But have you used the 11-inch? Did you go to the store and use it?
I have never walked into an Apple store.
Well, no, I mean I checked it out there, but I also looked in Best Buy. They have them. It's amazing. It's a fascinating. It's an amazing piece of hardware. It's such a smooth experience. Not worth $1,000, not by a long shot, but it's far superior than a netbook as far as its construction. I have
Quality,
to say.
yeah.
Yeah. But I'm with you. Way too much. It's so underpowered for that much. But Jose, when you flash your ROMs, do you flash the radio? Do you know anything about that?
Yeah, I actually flashed the. You probably already got the new PRI also, the 1.77.
I have it. Yeah, whatever Fresh said is the latest. I have it and I have it installed. I'm not quite sure how I did it, but it does. The numbers do come up right.
Yeah. Okay. Right now, some of the ROMs came with the radio. Right now, I have I downgraded my radio to the 2.15 because I had gone up to the new one, and I noticed the same thing that you did. I wasn't getting the same reception. I noticed that my connection speeds overall were a little slower.
Yeah.
I would have less bars, so I downgraded to the 2.1500728
All right.
radio.
Let me see which one I have. Now, what is the radio?
I guess that's the software that drives the communications, the antennas and all that, the radio chips.
Okay.
I would say it's like, I don't want to say a driver, but it's firmware to communicate with input-output device, the radio antenna.
Okay.
Yeah.
And which number do you have? It's go ahead.
215.
215.00.09.01?
No, 07.15. I'm sorry, 07.28.
Oh, I have 2.15.00.09.01. Okay.
That's a new one, huh?
Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that one. So you guys might be getting a call from me about that as well. I followed the instructions to flash the radio, and now my phone is a completely red screen, and all my things are erased. No.
Oh, one more piece of advice now that we're on the subject. I don't know if you've heard or anything, but when you use I heard you're using Clockwork Bot, right?
Yes.
For ROM Manager?
Yeah.
Okay. I've never had a problem, but I keep seeing over and over on the forums that sometimes it doesn't wipe the cache and the Dalvik totally. So you might have issues when you go from ROM to ROM to ROM. So everybody recommends that you use RA recovery instead.
RA recovery.
Amen RAW or...
I've seen that. Is that easy to install? The forum looked complicated. It was supposed to be an easy install page, and I couldn't quite figure it out off the bat. Here's
the good part about it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show you here, or I don't even have ROM Manager anymore. When you go to ROM Manager, way at the bottom, at the top how it says you got to flash the latest version or whatever. If you go way at the bottom, it says flash alternate recovery.
Right.
And that will flash I'm on RAW for you.
Flash way alternate recovery. It will? It'll do that for me?
Yeah, way at the bottom. Watch.
Okay. Yeah, mine's grayed out.
Oh, come on.
I can't click it. I'm trying. Can't click it. All right. I don't know. Oh. Maybe I need the newest ROM Manager. I did buy ROM Manager too. So.
Well, that is a pretty new one, 2.504. Yeah.
All right.
Oh, man.
I'll try. I'll see if I can mess around and get that installed.
Okay. Sorry about that.
No, thanks for the tip.
Okay.
All right, let me read an email real quick here. It's from Ron. He says, "Hey, Steve, this is Ron from sunny Glendale, Arizona. I just wanted to let you guys know that not all of your listeners have Android phones. I do not have a smartphone. I have a dumb phone. It suits my needs just fine. However, I do have an Android tablet, which I use around the house, parentheses, in the bathroom, so I'm not tied to my computer. It's great for reading email and magazines. Maximum PC Magazine is free in PDF form." Ooh, I didn't know that. "It works well for watching video, whether it's YouTube or local files. I bought it from meritline.com for $175 on sale, and I love it." All right, let me pull this up because I want to make sure that it's not the Gen Touch, because we don't want Gen Touch here. Let me see. Go to Window, Firefox. Let's see what we got here. No, meritline.com. It's actually just an Android tablet. Looks like a big iPhone, actually, or it looks like the Samsung, whatever that thing's called.
Tab.
Yeah, the Tab. It actually doesn't look that bad for $175. But check out your reviews and make sure that it's worth the money. But Ron here seems to like it. And he says, I've been having problems here we go. I've been having problems downloading from the Android app market, though. My market app will stall on the starting download message. I cannot download apps from the market for days at a time. It appears a lot of other users are having the same problem. Just Google Android market starting download. You'll see what I'm talking about. None of the fixes seem to work for me, so I have since switched to slideme.org on slideme.org Android market. It's a decent alternative to the Google Android market. Check it out, slideme.org. Okay,
Yeah,
so
I'll just say my market was crashing like crazy for 2 weeks. The apps were still installing, but it was taking a while. Your friend and my friend Russ Winter, the Techie Geek, the techiegeek.com. Listen, subscribe, like it. He told me to just go into the preferences, go into settings, go into applications, go into market app, clear defaults, and something else. Clear defaults, force stop, and one other thing. And when I did that, I have not had a single issue with my marketplace since.
Oh, all right, Dor, great tip. Thank you, Russ, as well. That's right, we didn't mention him in this show yet. Oh, no, we mentioned him in the Linux Basics show. Or Linux for the rest of us show. I have a voicemail here. I don't know what's going to happen because the transcript is not available from Google Voice. That usually means it's either a hang-up or something. But I marked it for Android App Addicts, so it may be real. Here it is. Let's see what this sounds like. Oh, no, it's real. Here we go.
Hi, Steve or Steve. This is David from Concord, California. Hey, I just wanted to call in regards to...
Can you guys hear that?
Yep.
Okay.
Your latest Android App Addicts. I wanted to make a couple of mentions. I've been listening for a while, but had a call in on this latest one. But with SMD Steve's with new ROM, you might have gotten Launcher Pro on there. With Launcher Pro, if he hits the...
I played this last week, didn't I? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did. Well, I'll play it again. I'll let it finish.
The menu option, there might be a control panel for preferences, and that might allow him to change that home screen to go to the main one.
Dor and Tim, did I play this for last week?
Yeah, well,
No.
to be honest, somebody in the chat told me that
It didn't come through?
voicemail last week didn't go through over the podcast.
Okay. Okay.
So-
All right, let me continue it then.
I recently switched. I have a backflip, and I've had 1.5 for forever now, and recently rooted and ROMmed it to 2.1. I'm caught up, and I can actually download a lot of the apps you guys talk about now. Also with that, being that I was on 1.5, Waze, I'm actually a heavy Waze user, not so much for the gaming part, but you can actually use Waze a lot if you're 1.5, to get turn-by-turn navigation, because that's not available through Google. I've been finding that's been a lot better, but with Door, you can actually go to the website. So if it tells you to turn into a bridge or something, you can actually modify that on the Waze website. So that actually might be of interest to S&D, because I know how you like some apps. But you can go on there, make some modifications, and you can actually start changing how the roads lay out, make things work a little better for other Wazers to use the Waze system. Hopefully that helps. You guys have a great show going. Really like listening to it. Take care, guys.
Okay, well, thank you guys. Thank you first of all, David, for the voicemail. Second of all, thank you guys for letting me know. I guess I'm still missing voicemails on the actual recording. They're not coming through, so I will correct that. And this one will either be on the old one or the new show. So one of the two.
Well, I can tell you, I was on the show last week. I remember us mentioning it, but I don't remember hearing it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And I'll just add, now Waze Halloween themed, instead of cupcakes on the road, now they're pumpkins and ghost.
Yes.
All right, cool.
Oh, man.
All right, anything else, guys? No?
Nope.
Okay, well, Jose, thank you very much for being on the show, man. I really, truly appreciate the info you gave us.
My pleasure.
Come on.
I got to do it more often.
Definitely. Come on again soon.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And you can find Jose at computerdoctor.com. That's computer with a Q. And he's also got some tech podcasts in Spanish on there. Just go to that site, and you'll be able to get those the URLs for those podcasts. And Door to Door Geek, Steve McLaughlin, thank you, Door, for coming on the show.
No problem, guys. I had a blast, and I'm going to thank Jose again. That app, the auto starts, I've already went through. I have never seen any app with as many full detailed list, and when it's in yellow and you try to disable it, it warns you. I'm still disabling the factory Skype because I don't want it. But that app, tremendous features. That's all I gotta say.
All right. Yes.
Yeah, thanks. No problem.
You can find Dora at door-to-doorgeek.com or Linux Basics with an X. Is that site up or down?
It's down.
Okay, we'll go there.
We're having Drupal issues.
Go there soon. And Tim Kelly from timscomputerfix.com. Oh my God, so scary. That thing is disgusting.
Yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. And we're starting to get a lot of comments in the forums now under Android App Addicts, and I'm really enjoying that. So keep the comments coming.
Cool. Thank you very much. You can find Tim at timscomputerfix.com. I said that already. And I'm Steve Cherubino. You could find me wherever, I guess, the place you found me. So that is it for Android App Addicts for this week. We will see everybody next time.
Happy Halloween.